Hi everyone, Melissa here. In today's video, I want to talk about forgiveness and how it can play an important role in manifesting as it relates to NSP or just other people in your life. So, if you are trying to manifest a new relationship, a better relationship, a changed relationship with any person in your life, I think this video will really help you. And before I get started, I just want to announce that I'm still having a 50% off sale on coaching. So if you're interested in coaching, the links will be in the description of the video. Okay, forgiveness. So we talk a lot on this channel about the stories we tell ourselves. You'll also hear that called inner conversations, and that is what comprises a mental diet is comprised of those inner conversations and those affirmations that we're constantly telling ourselves all throughout the day. So when you have a history with someone and maybe it wasn't a great one and you're trying to rebuild a relationship or create a new and improved one, it can be difficult sometimes to start believing in your new story when you have not forgiven the past, when you have not forgiven the old story that's still playing out in your mind. So you're still holding on to whatever was said or done in the past, whether you did it and you need to forgive yourself, or they did it and you need to forgive them, or it was a combination. If you're still holding on to that old hurt and resentment and anger and emotion and upset about what happened in the past, and you haven't forgiven it and them and you, that can be a block. And it can prevent you from allowing a new, better story in its place. And it can keep you stuck there, you know? And so you can absolutely manifest an apology if that's what you want, if that's what's going to make you feel better. You could absolutely manifest that. But if you don't give yourself the chance to start fresh by forgiving the past, if you do end up manifesting this person back in your life, that old story is going to haunt you because you're still holding on to what you made something mean that happened before. You're still holding on to a behavior they had that you just can't get past. And so you still hold on to the belief about them that they behaved that way, or they did that to you once so they could do it again. Or you see what I'm saying? You are bringing in a new story, but then you're still allowing pieces of the old one to stick around. So your manifestation, if it shows up, it's not going to be exactly what you want, and you're still going to see remnants of that old version of that person because you haven't let go of it. You haven't released the past. You know, everything's changeable, and it's all based on your assumptions and beliefs. So if you don't like something that happened in the past with somebody, let go of it. Acknowledge it. You know what? This happened. It was horrible. It made me feel really bad, but I didn't know any better. I didn't know that my thoughts and assumptions create. I didn't know that I could create a better version of them. I didn't know that one time something happened with them and I made it mean something, and that spiraled into this thing, that spiraled into this thing, and then this was unforgivable, and then we had this fight and they said this. I didn't know that I was the root of all of that. So now I know, so I can take some of that blame off of them because they were just acting the way I assumed they would act based on what I made everything mean about them and me. And I can take some of the blame off myself too because I didn't know that I was creating this whole time. So, of course I would never knowingly create that situation for myself or for them, but now I know better, so I can do better. So allow yourself to let go of that old junk that just made you feel so bad, and just start fresh today and acknowledge that everybody can change and everything can mean whatever I decide it means. And right now I can start that new story, and I can show up. I can show up for myself in a better way, and I can assume the best about myself, the best about relationships, the best about other people, the best about my SP. and they will have to start reflecting that back to me, no matter what happened in the past. And I don't have to keep bringing that up with them because it's old, it's dead, and it was based on old assumptions and beliefs. And that's not true anymore because, you know, I've changed those beliefs. I decided, you know, the time that we were apart, that we haven't been talking, I decided that meant that I got to work on myself and they got to work on themselves, and we are both better for it. And, you know, when we reconcile, it'll be like no time ever passed, and it'll be the best possible version of this new love or this new relationship and this new connection, because I was able to just let go of that old junk, that old story, that old drama. You know, give yourself the gift of not carrying that around anymore, because it's just going to make you repeat thoughts that you don't like. You know, when you can't forgive somebody, you're not able to see them through a loving lens. So it's going to be harder for you to accept that they could show up as a different version of themselves, because you're still holding on to whatever you felt whatever made you feel wronged the first time around with them, or in a, you know, throughout the years as you've had a relationship with them. You're still holding on to things they said or did that made you feel terrible. And so if you don't let that go, how are you going to be able to see them as a better version and through a loving lens, in a better way, capable of change, capable of being somebody totally different, you know, or, you know, capable of growth? And so forgiveness, you know, that can be a really important step to reconciling with anybody. Friends, family, SPs, exes, current partners, whatever it is. So give yourself a break and, you know, maybe stop trying to consciously create the new relationship until you work on forgiving the past. Forgive yourself, forgive them, forgive what anybody said or did, and start now with a fresh new perspective, and know that everything can be better this time around because you know better. You know that your thoughts and assumptions create, so you can direct where your beliefs go now. You can direct where the meaning of everything goes now. So I hope this helped you. You can absolutely change anyone, and it can feel so much lighter and happier and easier to do when you're not holding on to grudges and old resentments and hurts and pain. So take some time and work on forgiving yourself and them, because that will allow space for you and them to show up as the best possible version of each other. And that can only lead to good things, right? Because everything is just a projection of your beliefs. And so once you feel like they can be this new, better version, then that's going to have to start showing up. It's going to have to start showing up in your 3D. Okay? I hope this helped you. If you would like help figuring out your old story, manifesting anything into your life, or some affirmations to start to work on forgiving the old story so you can, just finally get rid of it, I am here for one-on-one coaching. I would love to help you and meet you, and you could do it. You can manifest it. You can have what you want. You can have the relationships that you want. So I hope you love this video, and I hope it resonated with you, and I will see you in the next one. Okay?